The last but not the least topic for the afternoon session and day one of the Manila Bulletin Sustainability Forum will let us in on how purchasing products for our home need not be a wasteful endeavor, as there are companies such as Lixil that offer products that are not only innovative but also help save on our resources. Presenting sustainability and innovation, a case study on Grohe, is Lixil Asia's leader in communications and corporate responsibility, Priyanka Tanwar.
Hello, everyone, and good day to you. Thank you for having me here today. And I'm happy to talk to you about Lixil and some of our sustainability initiatives here at Grohe. I'm going to take a few minutes to explain to you what Lixil is as a global organization, and then we'll be happy to share with you some of the sustainability initiatives we've taken on this journey on our environmental vision of 2050. So I'll be happy to share with you where we are on our journey towards our environmental vision of 2050 and how sustainability is very much in practice in our various business operations at Lixil. Like I said earlier, I'll present to you a bit about Lixil. What are we as a global organization? What are our corporate responsibility pillars? And it's important to note that this is not corporate social responsibility, but corporate responsibility very much aligned to our business. And then where are we on our sustainability journey, especially in terms of cradle to cradle, the net zero carbon emissions, and our less plastic packaging. So, where are we in the world today? Wherever you are, you've seen temperatures in your regions changing, rising. We have all heard of the very, very hot summer that the UK faced. In fact, there was a time in May this year that London had hotter temperatures than New Delhi, India. So, we all are facing the after effects of glaciers melting, global warming, temperatures rising. We see every so often disturbing images on our social media feeds about whales, about other sea life turning up with lots of plastic in their bodies, oceans drowning in a lot of plastic and toxic waste. And we all know, especially with the current Russian Ukrainian situation, that energy costs, as we know them, are only increasing. They've only gone one way in the past century, and that is upwards. So, the time to act really very, very clearly, whether you look at environmental factors, whether you look at energy costs, whether you look at impact on actual marine life and then eventually human life, the time is the time to act is now. And there is no planet B. We could have plan Bs and plan Cs, but there is no planet B. So, as an organization which is the world's largest toilet maker, Lixil has chalked out our journey. We are actually well on our journey, and we will walk you through how we are on this journey of sustainability. And hopefully, we can inspire the dialogue in the industry for other organizations like ours to also start their sustainability journey. Before I get into details, what is Lixil? Lixil is a Japanese multinational. It's headquartered out of Tokyo, Japan, but very international in its DNA. It's made up of very many individual brands, and each of them creates pioneering products that make better homes a reality for everyone, everywhere. And everyone, everywhere is really the key here because we're not just making better homes better for one sect of people, but really everyone. And we feel that the inspiration to have a better home cuts across all strata, all socioeconomic strata, all political strata. Wherever you are, you could do with a better home and you have the aspiration of making a living space better. And Lixil has various products, right from doors, windows, toilets, kitchens, vanities, housing exteriors, doors, to help you do that. And more specifically, Lixil products touch the lives of over a billion people every day. So as of today, this is a today number, this is not a future number. Our various products are touching the lives of a billion consumers every day. We are a $14 billion organization, and we have about 12,000 plus patents already. So if you look, there is a huge scope of us touching our consumer base in terms of sustainable products, giving them sustainable solutions, but also conducting our own business in a very sustainable manner, right? We have about 55,000 employees. We have over 80 factories, manufacturing plants. So not only the end product, but also in the way we conduct our business processes and operations, there is a huge opportunity for us to be sustainable for the future. And we have grasped that opportunity, and I'll explain to you how. But before we go in, let me tell you where Grohe fits into the picture. So, like I mentioned earlier, Lixil is a house of brands. We have acquired various multiple global powerhouse brands in the last few years. And Grohe is one of our sanitary ware brands, along with American Standard and Enax. And today I'm going to now focus on Grohe's sustainability journey, though I would like to highlight that sustainability is in the Lixil DNA, and there are initiatives across American Standard and Enax as well, which speak to the sustainability journey. So, like I said, in Lixil DNA, we have three corporate responsibility pillars, and we feel as a large water technology organization, it is really upon us to be a corporate citizen of the 21st century and really address three other pillars aside from our own business and our own sustainable growth, which is global sanitation and hygiene, water conservation and environmental responsibility, and diversity and inclusion. Now, global sanitation and hygiene talks to over 4 billion people who still don't have access to safe water or safe sanitation in the world today. And what are we doing to get them that access to safe sanitation and water, especially in the post COVID scenario? And diversity and inclusion talks both internally and externally about serving consumer bases that are diverse, not only profitable, but that are actually diverse. So, various age groups, the aging populations across the world, the younger population across the world, the disabled people across the world, but also ensuring our own organization is built with a lot of inclusion and diverse colleagues from across the world. But today we will focus very specifically on water conservation and environmental sustainability. And where are we on that journey? Now, this is a big topic. We have had over 10 to 20 years of a lot of big terms being thrown at us, which is carbon neutrality, zero plastics, cradle to cradle, circular economy, renewable energy. And my job here is to really simplify and break these down for you today and tell you how Lixil has started to incorporate these in various aspects, like I said, not only of our end products, but the way we conduct business, the way we manufacture these products, the way our supply chain works, the way our offices and plants are. The four of these areas that we're going to focus on today are carbon neutrality, less plastics, the cradle to cradle economy, and of course, our overall sustainable approach in terms of water and energy saving products. What is the cradle to cradle approach? What is the circular economy? Very simply, earlier, let's say in the 1970s or 80s, for profit organizations used to take, make, and waste. The responsibility of a corporate used to just be to basically sell their products at a profit, and they would not be bothered about how their products were being disposed or recycled or reused, or where in the environment or where in the landfill were their products landing up. Now, the circular economy closes the loop. It takes this linear model of take, make, waste, and basically ensures that all the products that we are using are recyclable and renewable. So not only do we start making a product at the start of a life cycle, taking in renewable energy sources, but also we make sure parts and components at the end of that life cycle can come back to factories through scrap drillers, through various processes, and come back into the manufacturing process, thereby reducing waste and reducing the use of newer energy resources. Simply a circular economy. It is reducing waste at the end of the product life cycle and ensuring there is recyclability built in right from design to the disposal aspect of it. And If each company in the world and each product that we use as consumers on a day to day basis follows the principles of circular economy, it can lead to a huge impact on the waste that we are generating as humans and on how we are using our finite energy resources and ensuring they actually become renewable and recyclable. The Cradle to Cradle approach is an internationally certifiable organization, and we are proud to share that we now actually have six Grohe products. Four are gold certified, two are bronze certified as a part of Cradle to Cradle economy, which is to say that these products fully meet the principles of the circular economy. They are made with recyclable energy sources and products, and they come back a full circle and they can be recycled at the end of the life cycle. This is singularly one of our biggest achievements, and we feel that this, in the long term, is the vision for us for more and more of our products across our other brands, across our other Grover products, as a future to ensure that we have a world without waste and a world with sustainable and renewable energy sources for the future. I will now show you a very short video on what is circular economy to help seep the concept a bit better. These are our products that are the left. The left ones are the gold certified ones, which are the Bow Edge, Eurosmart, Tempesta, and the ones on the right are our newly bronze certified cradle to cradle products. And here's the video.
Take, make, waste. We extract resources, manufacture a product, and dispose of it after use. If we turn this linear model into a circular one, we minimize waste and save resources. The circular model is the basis for the cradle-to-cradle design concept. Here, products are designed and produced to use their components in the end-of-life phase to create new products. Grohe applied this concept and launched 6 best-selling products as cradle-to-cradle certified variants. For a waste-free and resourceful planet.
Okay, so with that video, I hope our circular economy concept is a bit clearer. The next concept is how we actually do business and how efficiently are we managing our entire manufacturing process. And I'm happy to share that all of Grohe plants are actually already carbon neutral. Lixil's environmental vision for 2050 is for all areas of business and all operations, our supply chain, our commercial offices, our plants, to all our distribution centers, to all be carbon neutral. But Grohe, we are actually far ahead on this journey, and our plants are actually already carbon neutral. This was a big win for us in 2020, and this is actually an industry leading and industry beating uh, statistic. And one of these and because of this, we are actually featured on the DJSI, which is the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, for the third time in a row, and we are second in the buildings industry, in the building materials industry, because of the various initiatives like this one that we have already taken. So not only are we ahead of the industry, but we are also getting industry recognition from things like the DJSI in the various steps that we are taking. The Grohe plants are also completely carbon neutral, and the remaining Lixil plants, which are our fixtures plants, are also on their journey, and we aim to get there much before 2050. Plastics, right? How do so many plastics land up at the bottom of our oceans? And I think each of us, big organizations, small organizations, and individual users like all of us, are a bit guilty when we come to the plastic crisis, right? We've all used single use plastic sometime in our life. And now the problem is so huge that we wonder if our change or a singular change on the part of one person can actually really impact the situation that we are in. But actually, it can. In Grohe, we have actually replaced all plastics in our packaging with corrugated cardboard and other cardboard materials and singular materials, not composite materials, to ensure that 37 million plastic items can be saved per year by elimination of all unnecessary plastics in our packaging. to also reduce the single-use plastic water bottles that we are now so used to everywhere we go. Grohe presents Grohe Blue, which is our filtration system, which can be just fixed to our kitchen taps, and you can refill your bottles, glass bottles, wherever you go. Um, these are some of our initiatives that are not directly in line with our business in terms of the packaging. But like I said, as Lixil, we actually sat down to solve the sustainability problem in whichever area we could, not only in the end product that our consumers use, but also in terms of how can we ensure that in the process of getting manufacturing and getting the product to the consumer, we can be most energy and cost efficient. So, in conclusion, I hope we have very briefly walked you through what are our various water and energy efficient products, shower systems, taps, plastic packaging, the way our plants are manufacturing resources, how we are well on our journey on meeting the circular economy principles and ensuring that sustainability is a part of our day to day business DNA and day to day journey at Grohe and Lixil. And we want to create a better tomorrow together, not only for ourselves, but for everyone on this planet.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka Tanwar, for an interesting case study. And now we are going to go through the questions to dive deeper on what you just talked about. Priyanka, how can consumers participate in the Cradle to Cradle initiative of Grohe? Are there collection points for Grohe, for used Grohe products rather?
So, Cradle to Cradle is a journey that we are developing, and we want it to be far more developed than it is. As of right now, we go back through our usual channels, which is distributors, dealers, scrap dealers, recyclable centers. But in the coming years, we will develop it in a way that they will be recyclable product bins for customers to actually participate in. So, as of now, what the consumers can really do is be careful and be mindful of the labels on the products that they buy. So, even if they buy a product which is a cradle to cradle certified product, or a product which is following the principles of circular economy, we will ensure the product comes back to us somehow at disposal stage. So, as of right now, what we want is for consumers to be aware and understand these concepts and how they can be helpful. And eventually, we will reach a world where they can just simply drop off a product which is wasted in those boxes or centers.
And how long did it take for Grohe plants to be carbon neutral? What was the biggest challenge to go carbon neutral for a plant?
So, Grohe, I think the biggest challenge for us and for, I imagine, any other company on the sustainability journey is really to get started. And when you get started, typically sustainability is something which is seen outside of the business operation, right? It is something which is seen like this is something you can do in addition to. And the biggest, I won't say hurdle, but the biggest step for us was to get everyone in Grohe, whether it is our business operations, business leaders, our salespeople, to get behind the sustainability journey. And once you're on that journey and everybody is aligned to that vision, it's really not that difficult. Yes, I mean, it's not that easy either, but I think the fact that the organization needs to get sustainability and sustainable goals into their core DNA and the way they do business. If they look at it as some other team sitting in a corner and doing their work on environment, like a corporate social responsibility team, I don't think it's going to happen as successfully. So in Grover, I think for us, the biggest hurdle we crossed was to get it in our core DNA, sustainability.
Building on that point, between the brands under Lixil like Grohe, American Standard, and Enax, how does the sustainability messaging unite and become the commonly shared DNA of all of these brands?
Yeah, so I mentioned briefly on one of the slides, we have the three corporate responsibility initiatives, corporate responsibility pillars, which is global sanitation and hygiene, water conservation and environmental responsibility, and diversity and inclusion. These pillars are core DNAs of any Lixil brand, any current brand that we have, American Standard, Grohe, Enax, or any brand that we may acquire in the future. So these are the common three areas which each of our brand lends to. So Grohe also lends to diversity and inclusion and global sanitation and hygiene through various programs. Um, Again, like I said, it is all about taking the value system of a brand and ensuring it marries up to the mothership, which is Lixil. And even in our corporate purpose and in all our business goals, our goal is for sustainable growth. For us, every business review includes sustainability and the impact we have on the environment and communities in which we operate alongside our P&L statement. So we're really walking the talk in everything, including our internal reviews on how we gauge our business processes and systems. It's not just greenwashing that we do for a certain sect. Again, like I said, it's very much into the core DNA of how the organization runs and how each business is supposed to view its goals. We also ensure there is best practice sharing from one brand to the other. So, for example, Grohe started the carbon neutral journey, but we are ensuring other Lixil plants are getting carbon neutral and other Lixil products across brands will get the C2C certification. Similarly, Enax started Sparlet, which was our shower toilet system, and then we have ensured that our other brands like Grohe and American Standard also have their own product, shower toilet product. So there is best practice sharing within the brands to ensure products and technologies that are cost efficient, energy efficient, water efficient are shared so that irrespective of which brand the consumer is touching, they can get the benefits of pure water conservation and energy conservation.
When you mentioned that you remove the unnecessary plastic packaging and replace them with cardboard and other more sustainable materials, would that not lead to, somehow other forms of waste as well?
It's a very good question, right? So it's very easy to say, yeah, plastic is bad. Let's just do away with plastic. But the solution is with what? You can't just use fresh virgin paper in place of plastic, right? Because then you're destroying that many trees. So what we use, like I mentioned earlier, is corrugated cardboard or singular materials which are not composite. Why do we do that? Because these materials, when they come to us for packaging, are already about 75% recycled, 75 to 90% recycled. So already the material that has come to us to be used for packaging is recycled cardboard, and then it goes back into the recycling loop. So, can I say it minimizes waste to zero? No, but in comparison to plastic or virgin paper, it's a difference of up to 90%. So, it starts with us taking a recycled material for packaging, and that material goes back into recyclable cardboards or corrugated cardboards. And that's why I said we don't use composite materials because composite materials are difficult to recycle because you have to separate them again. If you have singular materials, they're easy to go into the recyclable journey.
What is the future for sustainability in bathroom fixtures?
Uh, I think water conservation, the place for us and the biggest opportunity for us is water conservation. We feel water is a very important world resource, and we've all grown up in our generation hearing stories of how the Third World War is going to be on water. So, water is a very precious resource. We already have various technologies into play, which is our triple vortex flushing, our circular shower systems, where we are trying to ensure that the consumers get the best of a shower or a hand wash or a self cleaning toilet experience, a flushing experience, without us using too much of water. So, how can we recycle water? What are we doing for gray water? These are some of our biggest challenges, and these are some of the things, these are the big innovations we want to solve. They're all related to water, water conservation, and what new can we do in terms of what we think is non usable water, which is either ocean water or gray water, and bring it to our homes and ensure the consumer experience is not compromised. It's still as good as it is today, but water is used much better. So that really is the future for us, and we believe we are setting the path for the industry. So hopefully, we'll have a lot more people with us on this journey as we go forward.
Again, thank you very much, Priyanka, for letting us have a peek into Grohe's vision of the future for sustainability. We are with you in this.